Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be talking about an interesting week in Pittsburgh this past week. We're going to be talking about a couple of homicides that took place. We'll wrap up the video with that. Excuse me. In the meantime, we're going to cover a stabbing that took place April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2022. And we're going to go ahead and watch the reporting on this video. And then I'm going to show you what really happened and who's really responsible for this. So let's go ahead and watch this woman here that looks like she's taken a little too much crystal meth. And I love how they made the clip 2 minutes and 9 seconds. All right, so here we go. We're going to watch this, and then I'm going to show you what really happened.
Hey, Kelly, right now, those two boys, just 3 and 7 years old, remain in critical but stable condition here at Children's Hospital after police say their own mother stabbed them in the neck earlier this morning. Tonight, we're learning the heroic actions from a desperate father just looking to save his children's lives.
He literally jumped on a bus. Kid, please take me to the hospital. Please. My child's going to die.
It was just before 7 a.m. inside this home. Police say 2 boys, 3 and 7 years old, were stabbed in the neck by their mother, Sydney Jefferson.
The mother has a lot of mental illnesses going on with her. I'm not quite sure if she's in postpartum depression, but she definitely has mental illness. She stabbed the kids.
Court records show Jefferson approached the boys while they were asleep in bed. The father of the 3-year-old found Jefferson attacking them both. Police say he then grabbed the knife from the mother and scooped up the 3-year-old to run and get help. His sister, Chrissy Griffin, says she's still trying to process what happened and wish she could have done more.
I used to come here and try to help her with the kids because she always was going through mental breakdowns.
Generally speaking, a lot of the cases that I deal with, there's a mental health component. Specifically with respect to this case, as I've mentioned, we'll get the necessary evaluations.
All right now we can do is just pray.
Jefferson is facing a list of charges tonight, including attempted homicide. Her attorney tells us that she will undergo mental health evaluations as a next step. I can also tell you there were 2 other children, the ages 2 and 4, inside that home. They were not stabbed, police say, but were still taken into police custody to the hospital just to be evaluated. For now, live outside of Children's Hospital, Tori Yorkie, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
So that is that. Now, what we're going to talk about here is April 1st, we had a 29-year-old stabbing her 2 children to kick off the month. And I want you to see how the word stabbing is 29, April is 29, a 29-year-old stabbing her 2 children to kick off April. And in light of them saying the children were 7 and 3 years old, remember the word children is 33. And what's interesting is the parallels of this story in light of the George Floyd killing. When you think about it, Derek Chauvin supposedly kneeing on George Floyd and killing him, right? Kneeing on the neck. This woman supposedly stabbed her children in the neck. Notice Sydney Jefferson, who is the woman. Notice her name's 231. George Perry Floyd is 231. That's the 21st triangular number, meaning when you add 1 through 21 together, it equals 231. Notice neck has the 21, just like Jesuit. And remember, Chauvin has the 33, like police, like neck, like masonry, secrecy, order, federal. They're all 33. If these children really were stabbed, it's not the mother who is responsible. It is the police, the authority, who is responsible. And notice how nowadays, too, every time you get these stories, notice how many of them are blamed on mental illness or mental health. What's interesting here is George Floyd was killed May 25th, 2020, right? From the date that happened to to the date of this story, April 1st, was exactly 677 days. That's the 123rd prime number. And notice the word conspiracy sums to 123. If you're somebody that doesn't know the difference between a conspiracy and a conspiracy theory, be sure to look up the difference. So in light of the stabbing, there were several other stories this week. They talk about how Devontae White, a 29-year-old, was shot and killed Tuesday night in the city's Brookline neighborhood, because nobody ever gets shot in Brookline. Then it says less than 24 hours later, 23-year-old Micah Stone was killed in a shooting on Kingsborough Street near the border of Mount Washington and Allentown. 3 hours later, Davon Vickers, 15, was shot as he rode his bike on Frankstown Avenue in Homewood. In light of the police chief here, Scott Schubert, his name in the most pure ciphers 47, like authority, like government, like president, like White House, like Republican, like Democrat, and a whole lot more. So notice Devontae White, 29, he was shot and killed Tuesday night. Shootings 109, the 29th prime number. Devontae White, 60, police 60. Who do you think really shot this guy? He died on the kill date, too. Date with 38, numerology, murder, killing, death. The acronym RIP, they're all 38. They talk about Micah Stone reportedly killed less than 24 hours later. That would have happened on a Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday's got the 37 and 44, just like shooting. But notice his name, the overlap. Micah Stone, 107, 44, just like shooting. It happened on a Wednesday. Wednesday is also 107. And then Davon Vickers was reportedly shot 3 hours after Stone. Davon Vickers, 60, police 60. It sounds to me like all three of these men were probably black. And the word I'm not going to say also sums to 60. So what I'd like to know from Police Chief Scott Schubert is who's really responsible for these killings. Because there's a lot of evidence that suggests that it is the authority. It is the police. It is the government who is responsible. So anyway, guys, we'll leave it there for right now. Keep it short and sweet. Till next time.